Good morning, students. This is our next chapter in Geography, Natural Vegetation and Wildlife for class ninth. This is the last chapter of Geography section. So, we are starting this chapter. Our country, India, is one of the 12 mega biodiversity country of the world with about 47,000 plant species. India occupies 10th place in the world and 4th in Asia in plant diversity. So you can see, student, that how diverse our country is in the biodiversity, that it is having the 12th mega biodiversity countries around the world, and which is having about 47,000 plant species. India is having 47,000 variety of plant species, and that's why it takes 10th place in the world and 4th in Asia in plant diversity. So diversify our plant kingdom in India. There are about 15,000 flowering plant, and among them in India we are having 15,000 plants which are flowering plants, and which account for 6% in the world's total number of flowering plants, and India ranked 6% in the world's total number of flowering plant. The country has many non-flowering plant also, as ferns, algae and fungi. India also approximately 90,000 species of animal. Now we are talking about the animal species also, that 90,000 animal species are to be found in variety of, including variety of fish in its fresh and marine waters. Natural vegetation refers to a plant community. Now, what is all about natural vegetation? Natural vegetation refers to a plant community which has grown naturally without human aid and has been left undisturbed by humans for a long time. So, when we say natural vegetation, it means the vegetation, the plants kingdom, or the herbs which automatically by their own process they grow in the nature, and it is not having any human intervention, as no human activity is involved to plant them. They are naturally grown in the environment, in the nature, and for a long time human activity not disturbed them. This is termed as a virgin vegetation. Thus cultivated crops and fruits, orchard, form part of vegetation but not natural vegetation. That's why the vegetation which we are having in the form of crops, fruits, orchards and other type of vegetation is not known as a natural vegetation, because here human being involved so many activity and then they produce the crops, pulses and so many other edible vegetation, horticulture. These are the not example of natural vegetation. Natural vegetation where no human interference is held and they left undisturbed for a long period of time, known as natural vegetation. Now, the term flora is used to denote plants. As you might be knowing that flora and fauna, the term flora is used to denote plants of a particular region or period. Similarly, the species of animals are referred to as fauna. This huge diversity in flora and fauna kingdom is due to the following factor. India is having the diversified flora and fauna. Flora refers to the plant kingdom and fauna refers to the animal diversity. And this huge diversity in flora and fauna kingdom is due to the following factor, that why India is having diversified flora and fauna, because the reasons are following. The first important reason for the variety of flora and fauna in India is land. Land affects the natural vegetation directly and indirectly. Do you expect the same type of vegetation in mountainous, plateau and plain areas or in dry and wet regions? No, definitely not, because the land texture is different. The nature of land influences the type of vegetation. The fertile level is generally devoted to agriculture, as northern plain. The undulating and rough terrains are areas where grassland and woodland develop and give shelter to a variety of wildlife. If we take the example of Himalaya region, it is a mountainous region and there are rough terrains and areas, so it is a best place for the natural vegetation or the wildlife. Now second important thing after land is soil. The soil also vary over space. As we know, the soil color and types are different from one state to another. In India, different types of soils provide basis for the different types of vegetation. The sandy soils of the desert support cactus and thorny bushes, while wet marshy deltaic soils support mangroves and deltaic vegetation. The hill slopes with some depth of soil have conical trees. So on the basis of the texture of the soil, the flora is also diversified in their nature and in their character. Now the another important factor which influence the flora and fauna is temperature. The character and extent of vegetation are mainly determined by temperature along with humidity in the air. Precipitation and soil on the slopes of the Himalayas and the hills of the peninsula above the height of 915 meters, the fall in the temperature affects the types of vegetation and its growth and changes it from tropical to subtropical, temperate, and alpine vegetation. So, as the temperature decreases at the highest point, the variety and the types of flora and fauna also changed in their texture and in their nature. Now, another important factor which influence the flora and fauna is sunlight. Photoperiod. The variation in duration of sunlight at different places is due to differences in latitude, altitude, season and duration of the day. Due to longer duration of sunlight, trees grow faster. In the development of now in these areas. So next is precipitation. In India, almost the entire rainfall is brought in by the advancing southwest monsoon, June to September, and retreating northeast monsoon. Areas of heavy rainfall have more dense vegetation as compared to the other areas of less rainfall. So, the area which are having heavy rainfall, they are having very dense vegetation in terms of forest, and while the places which experience less rainfall, they are having not so much of dense vegetation. So another thing is that there are certain feature including land, soil, climate included temperature, sunlight, which affects the vegetation of an area. Now, have you ever thought as to why forests are important for human being? Forests are renewable resources and play a major role in enhancing the quality of environment. Now we are talking about the importance of forest. That why the human being need forest for survival. Forest, as we know, they are the renewable resources and they play a major role in enhancing the quality of environment. They purify the environment as they absorb all the carbon dioxide or the other harmful gases and provide oxygen to us. They modify local climate, also control soil erosion, regulate stream flow, support a variety of industries as a means of primary raw material to the manufacturing industry, provide livelihood for many communities, yes, and offer panoramic or scenic view for recreation. Now, it controls wind force and temperature and causes rainfall. It provides humus to the soil and shelter to the wildlife. India's natural vegetation has undergone many changes due to several factors such as the growing demand for cultivated land. As we know that these are the characteristic of the trees, that how they support our environment, not only support the environment by controlling the soil erosion and regulating the stream flow, support a variety of industry, also economically also they provide us the means of livelihood and they balance the ecosystem also. Now, India's natural vegetation has undergone many changes due to several factors. Now, how are rich flora and fauna undergone through many changes The factors are various and such as the growing demand for cultivated land. As so much piece of dense forest cut down just because of to convert them the cultivated piece of land, as food demand is increasing, as India is the second largest populous country. That's why so much of, you can understand that so much of piece of dense forest and the thickly populated flora has been cut down for the industrial purposes. Now, that cultivated land, development of industry and mining, urbanization and overgrazing of pasture is also another reason mm, for the cutting down of trees and vanishing of trees from India. Now, the vegetation cover of India in large parts is no more natural in the real sense, except in some inaccessible regions like the Himalaya, the hilly region of central India, and the Marusthali. The vegetation of the most of areas has been modified at some places or replaced or degraded by human occupancy. Now only the hilly high mountainous area like Himalaya, they remain untouched by the human activity, except that so much piece of land has been intervened by the human activity to satisfy their day-to-day life or the economic life for the purpose of industrialization. Now, ecosystem. What is all about ecosystem? Plants occur in distinct groups of community in areas having similar climatic conditions. The nature of the plants in area to a large extent determines the animal life also. When the vegetation is altered, the animal life also changes. All the plants and animals in an area are interdependent and interrelated to each other in their physical environment, thus forming an ecosystem. Human beings are also an integral part of the ecosystem. How do the human being influence the ecology of a region? They utilize the vegetation and wildlife. The greed of human beings leads to overutilization of these resources. They cut the trees and kill the animals, creating ecological imbalance. As a result, some of the plants and animals have reached the verge of extinction. Do you know that a very large ecosystem on land having distinct type of vegetation and animal life is called a biome. The biomes are identified on the basis of plants. Now, types of vegetation. The following major types of vegetation may be identified in our country. First is tropical evergreen forest, second tropical deciduous forest, third tropical thorn forest and scrubs, and fourth montane forest, and fifth is mangrove forest. These are the types of vegetation which is to be found in India in a very broad manner. First is tropical evergreen forest. These forests are restricted to heavy rainfall. They are at their best in areas having more than 200 centimeter of rainfall with a short dry season. The trees reach great height up to the 60 meters or even above. Since the region is warm and wet throughout the year, it has a luxuriant vegetation of all kinds, trees, shrubs, and the creepers, giving it a multi-layered structure. There is no definite time for trees to shed their leaves. As such, these forests appear green in all around the year. Some of the commercially important trees of the forest are ebony, mahogany, rosewood, rubber, and cinchona. So these are the example of tropical evergreen forest. Now, the common animals found in these tropical evergreen forests are elephants, monkey, lemur, and deer. One-horned rhinoceros are found in the jungles of Assam and West Bengal. Besides these animals, plenty of birds, bats, sloth, scorpions, and snails are also found in these jungles. Now, second one is tropical deciduous forest. These are the most widespread forest in India. They are also called the monsoon forest and spread over the region receiving rainfall between 200 centimeter and 70 centimeter. Trees of this forest type shed their leaves for about 6 to 8 weeks in a dry summer. On the basis of the availability of water, these forests are further divided into moist and the dry deciduous. The former the former is found in areas receiving rainfall between 200 and 100 centimeters. These forests exist therefore mostly in the eastern part of the country, northeastern states along the foothills of the Himalaya, Jharkhand, West Orissa, Chhattisgarh, and on the eastern slopes of the Western Ghats. Teak is the most dominant species of this forest. Bamboo, sal, shisham, sandalwood, kher, kusum, arjun, mulberry, and the other commercially important species. The dry deciduous forests are to be found in the area of heavy rainfall between 100 centimeter to 70 centimeter. These forests are found in the rainier parts of the peninsular plateau and the plains of Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. There are open stretches in which teak, sal, peepal, neem grow. A large part of this region has been cleared for cultivation and some parts are used for grazing. In these forests, the common animals are to be found are lion, tiger, pig, deer, and elephant. A huge variety of birds, lizards, snakes, and tortoises are also found here. We will continue from the thorn forest and scrubs in the next video. Till then, take care. God bless you.